all love the BMW M5, the Mercedes E63 AMG, of course the Cadillac cts-v, but guess what? There's a new boy in town. From the land of the rising sun, costing 97,600 Canadian dollars, comes this striking 2017 Lexus GS F. And the first thing you need to know is that F stands for f***ing fast. It too has a big V8 under the hood, but this 5.0 liter engine is naturally aspirated, setting itself apart from the group of the forced induction lovers. And it pays off since this thing has a personality of its own. It revs all the way to 7,300 RPM and makes its peak horsepower almost at the limiter. The torque might not be as humongous as in the turbocharged competitors, but still 389 pound-feet is not bad at all. With a torque vectoring differential putting power to the ground impressively well, this thing will sprint to 100 kilometers an hour in about 5 seconds. And all that speed can be taken away just like that. The huge big brake kit with a 6-piston calipers and 15-inch rotors at the front, and 4-piston calipers and 13.6-inch rotors at the rear provide all the braking power you'll ever need. The engine sounds amazing. It has a typical grrrr that turns into a as everything opens up and it just goes. It's incredible. Most importantly, it will send chills shooting down your spine. With the torque peaking at 4,800 RPM, driving this thing to the red line on a regular basis feels like a very normal thing to do. And the best thing is that it feels super rewarding to drive even when you're not driving super crazy fast. That's right, the steering might be electric, but it feels great. The seats hug you like your mother would right before sending you off to the army. And the chassis is so precise, so forgiving, so much fun. It will grip, rotate, power slide, do donuts, you name it. If it wasn't for the gearbox that's as long as Beethoven's 7th Symphony, we would have been talking about an M5 killer here. But unfortunately, I think on a track, this would actually be slower than an M5, cts-v too. On the bright side, how many owners will actually take one of these to the track? So bragging rights is the only thing at stake here. And we're not done yet. There's so much more car to talk about. The interior is really nice too. Soft, high-grade materials have been used for most surfaces, while the extensive use of leather and suede make it feel very luxurious. Ergonomically, it serves well, visibility is great, and the only thing to nag about is once again the hard-to-use mouse thing for the infotainment system. The toys you get are plenty, and they include heads-up display, collision prevention, lane departure control, blind spot monitors, adaptive cruise control, heated seats and steering wheel, ventilated seats, and proximity keyless entry. Roominess is really good. The back seats have generous legroom and headroom, while the armrest features a nice little control panel. The trunk is not as big as it could be, but the 399 liters it offers can be used well thanks to the pretty good shape. This thing is a sleeper. The flashy brakes and quad exhausts are the only things that could potentially give it away. Otherwise, it's a very classy cruiser that rides really well despite the very sporty handling characteristics. The gearbox is the only disappointment because it's very long in an attempt to save some fuel, but why bother? It already consumes like more than 18 liters per 100 kilometers. Just put a ZF in there and call it a day. Anyway, this brings us to the overall score that has to have some performance car reference. So if the M5 would be a 9.5 out of 10, and the Cadillac cts-v would be a 9.4 out of 10, this thing is definitely a 9.3 out of 10. But if you're one of those guys that still believe that there is no replacement for displacement, meaning that you don't like turbocharged engines, then this is the way to go.